Chapter 9. Act like the person you are becoming. Most people wait for proof before they change their behavior. They wait for the promotion before they think like a leader. They wait for the business to grow before they operate like an entrepreneur. They wait for the results before they begin acting with discipline, confidence, and clarity. But the builders of the world understand a different rule. Results do not create identity. Identity creates results. Before the world ever sees evidence of success, the internal shift has already happened. The mindset changed first, the standards changed first, the behavior changed first. Long before the results appeared, the person had already begun living differently. This is one of the most powerful transformations a human being can experience. When you stop waiting for evidence and begin embodying the identity you are building, because achievement is not where identity begins. Identity precedes achievement. Say that again in your mind. Identity precedes achievement. The future version of you does not appear suddenly one day. That person is constructed slowly, choice by choice, habit by habit, decision by decision, moment by moment. Every day you are rehearsing the identity you will eventually become, whether you realize it or not. Identity precedes achievement. Think about an architect. Before a building ever rises above the ground, the blueprint already exists. Every wall, every corridor, every structure, every detail. The blueprint determines what the building will become. In the same way, your internal identity is the blueprint for your life. Your behavior builds the structure. Identity precedes achievement. Now, here is the crucial question that builders ask themselves constantly. How would the successful version of me behave right now? Not tomorrow, not next year, right now. How would the disciplined version of me approach this moment? How would the confident version of me speak in this conversation? How would the focused version of me spend the next hour? How would the resilient version of me respond to this obstacle? How would the leader I am becoming act today? Identity precedes achievement. This question becomes a compass. Whenever confusion appears, the builder returns to that question. How would the person I am becoming respond? The answer often appears quickly, but acting on that answer requires courage, because the new identity will often ask you to do things that feel unfamiliar, more disciplined, more focused, more intentional, more demanding, more accountable. Identity precedes achievement. Many people avoid this step because it feels uncomfortable. They want confidence before they act confidently. They want clarity before they make decisions. They want certainty before they take risks. But confidence is not the cause of action. Confidence is the result of action. The moment you start behaving like the person you are becoming, confidence begins forming. Identity precedes achievement. Let's make this principle practical. Your identity is rehearsed daily. Every day offers hundreds of small moments where identity is reinforced. How you wake up, how you speak, how you manage time, how you handle distraction, how you respond to frustration, how you treat commitments, how you finish what you start. These small decisions are not small. They are identity rehearsal. Identity precedes achievement. Think about time management. The person you are becoming treats time differently than the person you were. They do not drift through the day reacting to everything. They design their day intentionally. They protect their focus. They allocate energy toward meaningful work. They understand something powerful. Time is not money. Time is life. And builders invest life carefully. Identity precedes achievement. Now consider language. The way you speak reveals the identity you are practicing. Do you speak with ownership, or do you speak with excuses? Do you say, I will finish this, or do you say, I'll try? Do you say, I made a mistake and I will correct it? Or do you say, it wasn't my fault? Your language shapes your thinking, and your thinking shapes your identity. Identity precedes achievement. Now think about discipline. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is alignment. Alignment between the person you want to become and the actions you take today. Every time you follow through on a commitment, identity strengthens. Every time you abandon a commitment, identity weakens. Your mind is always collecting evidence, evidence of who you are, evidence of what you do, evidence of what you tolerate. Identity precedes achievement. The powerful thing about this process is that identity compounds. Small actions repeated consistently create massive transformation. A single disciplined day changes very little, but hundreds of disciplined days reshape an entire life. The compounding effect of behavior is extraordinary. Identity precedes achievement. Imagine a drop of water falling on stone. One drop does nothing. 10 drops do nothing. 100 drops seem insignificant, but thousands of drops carve stone. Persistence reshapes the environment. Your behavior works the same way. Each action may seem small, but repeated action sculpts identity. Identity precedes achievement. Now let's address something many people misunderstand. Acting like the person you are becoming does not mean pretending to be perfect. It means aligning with progress. Builders still make mistakes. Builders still face uncertainty. Builders still encounter resistance. But their identity determines how they respond. They adjust. They learn. They refine. They continue moving forward. Identity precedes achievement. Think about challenges. When difficulty appears, two identities respond differently. The identity of hesitation asks, why is this happening to me? The identity of growth asks, what can this teach me? The identity of avoidance retreats. The identity of construction adapts. The identity of doubt collapses. The identity of persistence continues. Identity precedes achievement. Now imagine the long-term effect of this mindset. Every day you act with slightly higher standards. Every week you strengthen your discipline. Every month you refine your behavior. Your identity slowly transforms, not dramatically, but steadily. And the world eventually begins noticing the difference. Your confidence becomes quiet but undeniable. Your focus becomes sharp. Your decisions become clear. Your presence becomes stronger. And people start asking, what changed? But the real answer is simple. You began living like the person you decided to become. Identity precedes achievement. Let's discuss something equally important: integrity. Integrity is the glue that holds identity together. Integrity means your private behavior matches your public ambition. It means you follow through even when no one is watching. It means you respect commitments made to yourself. Because the moment you betray your own standards, identity fractures. Integrity rebuilds trust within yourself, and self-trust fuels momentum. Identity precedes achievement. Now we must talk about patience. Identity transformation is not instant. The world often demands quick results, but identity grows quietly, silently, gradually, like roots beneath the soil. For a long time, nothing appears to change externally, but internally, structure is forming, habits are strengthening, discipline is stabilizing, focus is sharpening, and then eventually the external results begin appearing because the internal foundation has been built. Identity precedes achievement. Most people quit too early. They stop rehearsing the identity before the compounding effect appears. But builders continue. They continue acting like the person they are becoming, day after day, week after week, year after year. Identity precedes achievement. Now imagine standing 5 years in the future. Imagine looking back at this moment. What version of you would you see? The person who waited for confidence, or the person who began practicing discipline immediately? The person who hesitated, or the person who rehearsed leadership daily? Your future identity is built by the decisions you make today. Identity precedes achievement. So ask yourself one powerful question before every important action. How would the person I am becoming behave right now? Let that question guide your choices. Let that question shape your habits. Let that question strengthen your discipline. Because identity is not something you declare once. It is something you construct layer by layer, choice by choice, habit by habit. Every disciplined action adds another brick to the structure of who you are becoming. And over time, that structure becomes so strong that your behavior begins to feel natural, automatic, inevitable. But here is the deeper truth. Everything you have built so far in this journey points back to one central force, the image you carry of yourself. Because no matter how powerful your goals are, no matter how ambitious your plans may be, your life will always expand or contract according to how you see yourself. Your behavior adjusts to match that image. Your standards reflect that image. Your expectations mirror that image. So the next step is to take control of that image deliberately, not by accident, not by habit, but by design. Because when you consciously construct a powerful self-image, your actions begin to align with it automatically. And once that alignment begins, results start appearing with greater consistency. That is where we go next. You have started behaving like the person you are becoming. Now it is time to construct the internal identity that commands real-world results. Chapter 10. Build the self-image that commands results. If the next chapter is already available, you will find it in the description of this audio.